International students in Canada are allowed to work while studying without any limitations. It is Canadian Immigration Channel, and we're talking about international students today. Many international students were in trouble previous years when they were coming, when they were working over the limit, when they were working over the allocated 20 hours a week, and were caught by the authorities, right? Don't ask me how it happened. Well, say there's a check in a restaurant, right? There are authorities showing up at a particular place where an international student is working, asking for the documents, starting to verify it, connecting the dots, and looks like the international student is violating the rules. Voila, welcome back home. So international student is sent home. Now, federal government decided that it's not right. There are different reasons for it, and one of them is, of course, the situation on the labor market when we all exited COVID, realizing that for the last couple of years, we had not invited enough immigrants in here. Economy is booming. Economy does not have enough people who would be working, and that includes pretty much all the occupation throughout the country, right? We have over 1 million of open job vacancies in Canada. So essentially what happens in here is that we need people who would be working. We are increasing quotas. We are speeding up immigration applications, but that's not enough. Well, at the same time, why don't you allow international students to work full-time? First of all, right, these students would not be able, would not have to hide any longer, right, per se. So you could work, you could continue working, right, and doing what you can. As long as you can cope with your studies, that's perfectly fine. Do what you're doing, and welcome on board. At the same time, right, that may positively impact the situation on the labor market, that may, of course, right, give you a chance to say yes to an employer who is looking for a full-time employee rather than a part-time, which will in turn have a positive impact on your immigration chances, on your immigration plans. Like, mind you, many of the applicants, and you probably know it yourself and consider this as an option yourself, are coming here and considering studies as a pathway for successful immigration to Canada. So now you are allowed to work full-time. That would be a temporary measure, though, which expires next year on December 31st in 2023. If, of course, federal government does not decide to extend this temporary measure. But all in all, international students are allowed to work, are allowed or are given more chances to connect the dots between themselves and their future employers. And in other words, right, transform their studies and work into full-time work after graduation and have this successful pathway for immigration to Canada. If you're looking for professional assistance in laying your pathway for immigration and how to do it all right with the studies, with the PNPs, with the pilot programs and non-pilot programs, feel free to drop us a line. We'd be more than glad to look at your profile, assess it, and help you to determine the best pathway for immigration, and of course, help you out to immigrate to Canada. Stay tuned with us, subscribe for the channel.